Game 6, Astros-Yanks. Astros 3-2 lead, looking to go to the World Series for the second time in 3 years. Chad Green on the mound for the Yankees. Both teams going with an opener. And in the opening inning, with 2 outs, first pitch to Yuli Gurriel with 2 on. Well, he was 1 for 20 in the series coming into this. That's a 3-run home run. His third 3-run home run of his postseason career. Brad Peacock, the Astros opener, top 2 with 2 outs. First pitch, look out. Back up the box, Gary Sanchez, an RBI single. Makes it a 3-1 game. 2 pitching changes later. Each team would use 7 pitchers in this game. Jose Altuve, his first pitch to Gio Urshela. It's a home run. Makes it a 3-2 game. Urshela's second home run of the postseason. Very next batter, Brett Gardner at the plate. And this is how close the Yankees were to tying this ballgame. Just slices foul. And then Urquidy got on a roll as Yankees couldn't believe it with Aaron Judge at the plate. Saw wing battle. Aaron Hicks? Edwin Encarnacion? No. Top 6 with 2 on. Astros still up 3-2. Josh Reddick. Urquidy went 2 2/3, and he struck out 5 and got a little help from his friends. Speaking of getting help from his friends, Will Harris, the 5th pitcher of the game for the Astros. Aaron Hicks at the plate. Michael Brantley. Come on in. Get yourself dirty. And then Aaron Judge is doubled off first. Every big game needs big plays, and Michael Brantley delivered it. Speaking of big plays, let's go to the 9th. Tying runner is at the plate in DJ LeMahieu. And LeMahieu going to right. George Springer going back. Springer going back. Fans getting out of the way, and oh, so close. And DJ LeMahieu, on the 10th pitch of the at-bat, battled, and took it out and tied the ball game. Bottom of the 9th now. Tied at 4. 2 outs. Aroldis Chapman on the mound, and slide. Peace! Hangs the slider to Jose Altuve, and the Astros are going to the World Series. The 5th walk-off pennant-winning home run in Major League Baseball history. Yankees manager Aaron Boone has one of them. Jose Altuve, your ALCS MVP, hit .348 with 2 home runs, including the biggest, to win the AL pennant and take the Astros to the World Series that begins on Tuesday against the Washington Nationals. They'll celebrate this one and then prepare for Garrett Cole against Max Scherzer on Tuesday in Houston. The over came in also. If that's the way you were leaning, it was set at 9. Astros win it 6-4, headed to the World Series. Noah Kozlov here at CBS Sports HQ, hanging out with a World Series champion back in 13 with the Red Sox, Will Middlebrooks. Will, so when you're seeing this game go into the 9th in a 6-4 lead, as a player, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking this was a bullpen day, so who's left? Are we going to see position players battle it out in 13th? Who knows? That would be interesting, right? Yeah, no, I was getting interested in if Severino was going to be getting loose or not, because I know he had moved out to the bullpen, so I was kind of keeping an eye on that.
All right, so then we go into the bottom of the 9th with Chapman on the mound and Altuve at the plate. Was there any gut feeling about how it would go one way or the other?
Well, his fastball, I faced him a few times. His fastball is really hard to hit. Just the angle he's at, and obviously he's throwing over 100 every pitch from, really lanky, long arms. It's just really hard to pick up the ball. He's been throwing a lot more off speed, and Altuve is a very smart hitter, as we know. He sat off speed there. He kind of threw a backup slider that stayed middle way, and he just got good barrel on it. That was really impressive.
So the 5th walk-off pennant-winning home run in baseball history, and of course Aaron Boone knows all about it since he did it for the Yankees against the Red Sox way back when. So now let's spin this forward. How does Houston now celebrate this and then prepare for Tuesday?
Well, they're going to have their fun tonight. I can promise you that. And then when they're done partying tonight, they will sleep very well. These games like that game felt like it was a seventh, eighth, ninth inning the whole game. Super intense, pressure pitches, big situations. When you never know which situation is going to make or break the game. So it's a lot of stress. You get done with these playoff games and you are just mentally, physically, emotionally exhausted. You get in your chair, in your locker after the game, and just kind of melt into it, and you're drained. That's the best way to put it. So they're going to enjoy it tonight, get some rest, and start thinking about the Nats tomorrow, I'm sure.
How often do you think about winning Game 6 in the ALCS back in 13 at Fenway?
That series we had no business winning, that's for sure. The Tigers outpitched us. Anibal Sanchez no-hit us through 6 innings. Verlander was nasty. Scherzer, I mean, their pitching staff was ridiculous. And, Big Poppy came through with that big grand slam. Victorino, big grand slam. That was a series we shouldn't have won, and we fought and clawed and figured out a way. And then that was definitely plenty of memories from that series. I'll keep with me forever.
Yeah, I'm sure. Cole Scherzer, and I'm sure a bunch of memories that can't even reveal here. Cole Scherzer on Tuesday, Verlander, Strasburg, Game 2, Greinke, Corbin, Game 3. Break down the pitching matchup in Game 1 for me.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for. These are two studs. I would say advantage Cole just because I feel like he's been the best pitcher in baseball this year. But Scherzer, you can just never count him out in the playoffs. He's just foaming at the mouth every pitch. It's just out of his mind on the mound. He's a madman, Mad Max, I guess we should say. He's just fun to watch, and he's such a competitor. So you can't count him out and just say, oh, Houston's going to take this. I think it'll be a really close, obviously low-scoring game. But I'm going to go with Houston in Game 1. All
right, so that's Game 1. I'm going to get your World Series prediction in a moment. But how about from the Yankees side of things? It's the first decade since the 1910s that they haven't been to a World Series. They've lost in 4 straight American League Championship Series. What do you do moving into the offseason for the Yanks?
Clearly you need to go get another starting pitcher. I feel like I thought they might do that at the deadline, and they didn't do it. Their bullpen is very good. We know that. And they have all types of talent up and down their lineup. We know that. So I think they have to go out and get a starting pitcher. Who will that be? I can't even take a guess at that. I don't think they can afford Cole. So we'll see. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's wild to even think about Garrett Cole, and he's going Game 1 of the World Series, and then think about him being with the Yankees. All right, World Series prediction, what do you have?
I got to go with Houston, but I think they make it interesting. I think the Nationals make it interesting. I'm going to say in 6.
All right, he's Will Middlebrooks, knows all about winning a World Series, did it in 2013 with the Boston Red Sox. Will, I appreciate it. Thank you. Out to Minute Maid Park to hang out with Jim Bowden, the former Big League Executive of the Year and Major League Baseball analyst here for us at CBS Sports. So, Jim, what's the atmosphere like?
Oh, it's unbelievable, the feeling here in Houston. You know, this has become such a great baseball town. It is just so loud. It is so orange with the orange towels everywhere. But these fans knew this team was going to win. And, you know, to watch a Game 6 like this brings back memory of Carlton Fisk hitting the homer in the mid-'70s. Or how about 2011 when David Freese hit the walk-off to force a Game 7. Here we were in the 9th inning, and DJ LeMahieu homers off Roberto Osuna the other way to right field to tie the game up. And then Chapman comes in, gets the first 2 outs. Springer draws the walk. And then Altuve, one of the best second basemen really in baseball history, comes up and hits the home run. I mean, it was a game that just typified what Houston's all about. You know, Houston's the complete team. They don't have weaknesses. We saw great defensive plays. Michael Brantley coming in, making that diving play, getting up and throwing a rifle to first base to double off Aaron Judge. I mean, it was just one great play after another. And this is an Astro team I've been covering the last several years that is so close-knit. This core grew up together. George Springer, Altuve, Correa came up in the system. And then the GM, Jeff Luhnow, goes out and trades for 3 number-1 starters, Garrett Cole, Justin Verlander, and Zach Greinke, and doesn't give up any of his top prospects to make all 3 trades. In the offseason, he signs Michael Brantley. Yordan Alvarez is developed in the minor leagues, and we're looking at right now the best team, the champions of the American League.
All right, so let's go all the way back to February 23rd. These two teams open up their exhibition seasons with a game against each other since they share a spring training facility. And then about a week later in March, you predicted Astros Nationals in the World Series. So I want to hold off on your World Series prediction now, see if you're going to change that since you had picked Astros in 7. So we'll tease that and go with the Yankees side of things. Aaron Judge called this season a failure. Do you agree? And where do the Yankees go from here?
Yeah, I don't think it's a failure. This is a Yankee team that won 103 games. This was a special team. This team had more players on the injured list than any Yankee team in the history of the New York Yankees. I believe Aaron Boone will be Manager of the Year in the American League for that accomplishment. And to be able to take that team and take it all the way to Game 6 of the ALCS, I don't think it's a failure. I think the best team in baseball won this series and went on, and I think the Yankees were the second best team. But I think the year that DJ LeMahieu had was a phenomenal. You sat there with Gleyber Torres, who has become one of the best young players in the game. I know there's a lot of disappointment. I know it stings. Aaron Boone moments ago walked over to A.J. Hinch to congratulate him. Brian Cashman, the GM, walked over to congratulate Reed Ryan as well. And I know this hurts for the Yankees, but at the end of the day, 103 wins, not bad. And the one thing we always know about the Yankees, they got the checkbook to go make a few adjustments in October, and we'll see what they look like come opening day of next year, but they're not going anywhere.
All right, before we get to October then, let's get to Tuesday night. What do you expect to see from Cole Scherzer Game 1?
Well, I don't think we could ask for a better matchup, right? I mean, Garrett Cole, the best pitcher in the American League, he's going to win the Cy Young. Max Scherzer has won multiple Cy Youngs. In fact, he's won them in both leagues. And to be able to see them go at each other, I mean, this series, to me, is a better matchup than the Yankee Astros because the Nationals have 3 #1 starters, just like Houston does. And the Nationals bullpen has gotten stronger in the postseason with Hudson and Doolittle, just like the Astros had. And the Nationals have just as many storylines. I mean, Anthony Rendon is going to finish in the top 3 in MVP voting. Juan Soto at 20 years old is one of the best 20-year-old hitters I've ever seen in my life. They have great speed with guys like Trey Turner and Victor Robles and great veteran players like Ryan Zimmerman and Howie Kendrick. So I think we're looking at another series that's going to go 6 or 7 games. I don't know about you, but I got goosebumps. I'm so excited about it.
All right, so you said in March, Astros over the Nationals in 7. What do you say now?
Yeah, I'm going to stay there. I mean, I think Houston's got the best team in the game, but you know, I said the same thing. I thought in the playoffs, I thought the Dodgers were going to beat Washington, but I made a point that I thought it would go 5, and I said don't be surprised if the Nationals upset them. I'm going to say the same thing here. I'm going to pick the Astros in 7, but will I be surprised if Washington upsets them? No. People need to realize since May 27th, the Nationals had the best record in the National League, and people shouldn't look at them as a wild card team that got to the World Series. They should remember that in March, we thought they would get there. They stumbled in April and May and took a step back. But since then, they've been the best team, and I think that we have the 2 best teams left standing in the World Series.
I mean, you could get me fired up for a Marlins-Tigers World Series at this point. That's the juice that you bring to any matchup, but it's Astros-Nationals. Jim, appreciate it. Thank you. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Jim will be there. World Series starts Tuesday in Houston. Cole Scherzer, Verlander, Strasburg in Game 2. Then when the series shifts to our nation's capital for Game 3, Greinke and Corbin.